covenant promises. As Isaac grew, he became the joy of Abraham's heart, a beloved son whom he cherished deeply. Then one day, God tested Abraham's faith in a way that would challenge him to the very core. God called out to Abraham, saying, "Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains of which I shall tell you." Abraham must have been overwhelmed with conflicting emotions, anguish, confusion, and perhaps even anger. How could God, who had promised to bless him and make his descendants as numerous as the stars, ask him to sacrifice the very son through whom these promises were to be fulfilled? Despite the turmoil in his heart, Abraham obeyed. Early the next morning, he rose and prepared for the journey. He gathered wood for the burnt offering and saddled his donkey. Taking Isaac and 2 of his young men with him, they set out for the place God had instructed. As they journeyed, Abraham's heart must have been heavy with the weight of the task before him. Yet, he remained steadfast in his faith, trusting in the goodness and faithfulness of God, even when he could not understand his ways. After 3 days of traveling, they reached the mountain of Moriah. Abraham instructed the young men to wait with the donkey while he and Isaac went on ahead to worship. As they walked together, Isaac, unaware of the true purpose of their journey, innocently asked his father, "Behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering?" Abraham's response is one of profound faith and trust in God's provision. "God will provide for himself the lamb for a burnt offering, my son." When they reached the place God had designated, Abraham built an altar and arranged the wood upon it. Then he bound Isaac, his beloved son, and laid him on the altar, ready to carry out the unthinkable command. As Abraham reached out his hand to take the knife and slay his son, an angel of the Lord called out to him from heaven, saying, "Abraham, Abraham, do not lay your hand on the boy or do anything to him. For now I know that you fear God, seeing you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me." Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught in the thicket by its horns. He took the ram and offered it up as a burnt offering in place of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place, "The Lord will provide," as it is said to this day, "On the mount of the Lord it shall be provided."